Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the Giant Kitchen. Xeridox here, and it has been a minute since I was last in here, but I thought I would give everyone an update on what's been going on since the last video was like, I don't know, over a year ago. Just to give you an idea of the scale of this kitchen. That's a fork next to me, at least it's supposed to be. There's a mug. You can see just how big I am here. Fork is actually loose. But yeah, so I wanted to give you a little update today on what's going on in here. Let me put myself back in my normal view so I can fly around here and show you all the new and interesting things. I have been doing some of the new wedges, putting some of the new wedges in. You can see right there on the side of the coffee pot. And I've done the same thing with the blender, although I'm not so sure about how that tile glass came out. It looks kind of odd, but it is what it is. And also the entire kitchen floor has been replaced with these new tiles here running diagonal, using the new wedges as well. And this is a different color than we normally have. It's because I'm using the Better Paint tool. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. It's this color right here that I'm using down here. And what's cool is you can go in any of these and hold control, left mouse button, and you can configure exactly how you want the color to appear. You can also just middle mouse click and it will tell you that it's got a color copied, and put that color anywhere you want. And also whenever you're going to paint something, it tells you your selection size and all that. So that is really, really cool. I love the Better Paint tool. So over here, you can see some new items. We've got a knife holder with a bunch of knives in them. However, when I back away from it, you can see the knives disappear. The same issue is with the dish drainer. As soon as you get far enough away from it, all the little wire disappears. And that's just a thing with scrap mechanic. Nothing I can do about that except to maybe replace the wire. And I may replace the wedges on this too, because it's using those metal wedges, the old metal wedges. I may replace those. I don't know for sure, but same thing applies with the decorations that I put up here. It's supposed to be a nice decorative chandelier, and as soon as you back away from it, all the little decorations start vanishing. I got a cutting board here as well. You saw the can opener in another video if you've been following along, but I did change the color to a lighter beige. I think that looks pretty good. Now, this countertop used to be a brown color, kind of like what that is. And I just thought it needed to be a different color to kind of contrast against all the other browns. And now we got this orange tile back here as well. It really needed to contrast against that. So I painted it white for now. I'm not totally sold on what color it should be yet. That'll be to be determined at a later time. Here we got a new tea kettle. I think that looks pretty cool. I just finished the mixer and posted an image of that on my Discord the other day. So this is like an Oster mixer from the 80s. Everything is an 80s or perhaps early 90s themed. I'm not sure what year it's supposed to be exactly. Haven't determined that yet, but here we have a bread box. And of course we have the bread on the table over here. Covered that in another video. I'm not entirely sure about this this border just yet. I wanted some kind of a border in there, but I'm not entirely sure that that's the one I want. I don't know why I did a separate plug and switch. You know, when I have this giant wall socket and switch combo that I used in the giant bathroom. You know, the sink still has no drain or anything. It should have like a garbage disposal on this side, and I think I'm going to end up putting that plug on the other side of the switch. Because normally you would have a switch here for a garbage disposal, and usually you have your plug a little further that way so it's not getting wet. So this wall back here behind the china cabinet and by that door going around the window, above the stove and above the microwave area, I want to do some kind of wallpaper on that, but I have still yet to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. It may just end up being a beige color. And of course, I'll have to make some cords and plugs and things for everything to plug into. Right now, everything in here is Wi-Fi, right? And there's no Wi-Fi in the 80s. Now, if you want to know the scale of the kitchen versus the bathroom, let me just go up through the ceiling here and I will show you just exactly what kind of size we're talking about. Because it just so happens an undecorated version of the bathroom is actually here. So the white area on the top left-hand corner there, that is the roof of the bathroom. And this large gray area in the center is the roof of the kitchen. So as you can see, it's a lot bigger. If you're wondering what the other areas are, that other white area is the partly built bedroom. And this other gray area is the hallway, and there's a little stairwell over there that you can see if you know where to look. Let me just close this back up. What I'm going to do with the ceiling is also to be determined at a later time. For now, I have some work lights up here just to kind of light the ceiling and light a little bit of the kitchen up. So because without that, it's really dark. Let me show you just how dark it is. I got a switch hooked up to that just in case I need to use it. You can see it's a lot darker without that on. And so I like to keep that on just to make it so it's not so dark in here. So now, I imagine some of you are wondering, why in the world didn't I just put a door here like it did over there? I mean, where's that door supposed to go anyway, right? I'm not sure. I'd probably, maybe that's supposed to go to like a garage or something, but I don't actually know. But outside here, why is all this here? There's a hallway. You can see the bathroom, the bedroom. There's a stairwell. There's a front door. Why is all this here? Why didn't I just put a door right here and cover all that up? Well, I like the immersion experience, I guess you could call it, because I've seen it in some games where you'll look out a window or something and you'll just see, you know, a city in the background or something. It gives you that experience of feeling like you're in a whole world and not just at a game level. So this is actually the version 2 of the bathroom. It's not complete. There's all the decorations are missing except for just a few. Clock's gone. Lights are all off. I had to take the little metal pieces out of the shelf here. But this does have some of the old wedges. You'll see how they're gonna popping in and out. So I need to get rid of those. I got rid of the cabinet door because it was that old metal one that caused a lot of lag, and I have not replaced the toilet seat with the white seat that it's supposed to have. But yeah, this is all just for immersion. Some of you have already seen some of the interesting things around here. If you've been watching some of the YouTubers, some of the other YouTubers playing hide and seek, you've seen a lot of that kind of thing. Yeah, there's actually a bit of a staircase here. And then this goes down to the end of the hall here, and you got a front door of the house with windows. If you know about the floor plan, then you know that there's supposed to be a living room off to this side, and there's supposed to be another door right there that I don't have in place right now. And then there would normally be a staircase here going upwards to a second floor, and then that one over there would be going down into a basement. Which is kind of screwy because the crawl space under the bathroom implies that there is no basement. So, but maybe there's a basement off to one side of the house and there's not on the other, you know. Maybe it's on a hillside or something. We don't really know. We've never been on the outside of the house. No telling what might be out there, right? Just gonna fill this back in right quick. But yeah, it's all there for immersion experience. Okay, so what about the bathroom though? Because its door is closed. So where's the immersion experience in the bathroom? Well, first of all, you got the window there that shows you that there's got to be some kind of outside that's not Challenge World. It's supposed to be a blue sky. If you find the blue switch room, then you'll know that there's a hole in the wall right here that you can see part of the kitchen through. And looking through that exact same hole in the modern version of the kitchen, we can see that it looks quite different over there than it did in the bathroom level, if that makes any sense. And then if you find the green switch right next to it, there's another little dislodged board here that shows you the bedroom. Looking through this little crack here, and you can also see the flooring and part of the hallway there, just a little pinch of it. And then once you come down into the crawl space, you'll notice a couple of different things here that allude to the fact that there's something else outside the bathroom. You can look through this fence right here, and you can faintly see more of those cinder blocks back in the distance there as it fades to black. Some of these big things right here. So there's some of those that are hidden way back in there. You can also see that the water pipes and the sewer pipe goes that way as well. And you get these vents over here that there's a little bit of ambient light up there to kind of light that area up and give you the feel that there's an outside. So there's little hints here and there to add to that immersive experience that you get when you're in the bathroom. You are going to have some of these launchers around here. I love these launchers. That they're not as good as they could be, but they do give you a nice little boost to wherever you're going. You'll see that it pivots downward a little bit and fires a few extra times. That was my strategy to try to get it to push you a little further. It doesn't really work that well, at least not anymore. But I am going to replace this with a better one, because this is based on the old jump pads that were in version 2 of the bathroom, the ones that don't work very well. The ones that I replaced in the bathroom V3, those are going to be brought in here, and it's all going to be based on that technology instead of this one. So it'll work a lot better. It'll boost you a lot further. There will be lots of them on the floor, I'm sure, because this is a level where you're going to fall a lot, and you need to be able to get around much faster, especially with the massive size that this thing is. But it's built to scale, and what scale is it built to exactly, you might be asking? 1 block equals 1 centimeter. So 1 scrap mechanic block is 1 centimeter of what you're seeing in here. So when I build something like an appliance or a broom or whatever, then I build it based on that. I usually try to find the dimensions of an appliance or whatever it is I'm building and try to stay with that scale. So that way everything looks like it actually belongs in here, and one thing is not ridiculously oversized or undersized or anything. So what happened for the last year or two, or however long it's been? And it looks like the last video on the giant kitchen was released in July of 2023, and this is January 2026. I really don't have a good enough excuse to cover that much time. To be honest, guys, I was a little burned out, a little unmotivated. I think we all go through those kind of stages when we're working on a large project. At least I do, and I know a few other people that do as well. But anyway, I'm back now, and I'm going to get this project done. Especially since a lot of people are excited about it, and I'm pretty excited about it as well. I've already had some people say, when's the kitchen going to be done? And I don't know exactly. I can't tell you that for sure right now. There's still a lot of things that are missing. Like there's all this empty space on the counter over here. There's some empty space on either side of the stove that needs to have some pots and pans. We need spatulas hanging and pot holders and oven mitts, things of that sort. There's some more empty space over here that needs to be filled with something. I did put some cereal boxes up here in the cabinet, but most of the cabinets are completely empty. They don't all need something, but some of them need something, so there's a place to go and hide there. Over here, we probably need to put a phone in and maybe a calendar next to it or something, and a small board where people would probably put their phone numbers or whatever. The refrigerator, of course, needs some magnets on it, and something that looks like Polaroid photos, because that was a common thing that you found in the 80s. You always had to have your pizza magnets and things of that sort. And we need a clock in here somewhere too. The bathroom had a square clock. I don't know if I'll use another square clock in here or not, but I was thinking of a clock with like the little spatula and a spoon and things of that sort as the hands. And I also went ahead and lined this out with wedges as well, because it was just blocks. I think that makes that look quite a bit better. So that's the current state of the kitchen. Hopefully you all found this video interesting, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see this thing finished and being played by some of your favorite YouTubers. All right, I'm Xeridox, and I'll see you next time.